Hello everyone. Welcome to Math Expert. Sorry for the delay, couldn't record the sessions, but we would be continuing the last session of the sequences and then we would be moving ahead with the new topics. So the last topic of the sequence is cubic sequence and the geometric sequence. Now in this case, when I talk about cubic sequence and the geometric sequence, it's very simple. Whenever I give you the sequence, you just have to first identify. So if your third difference is constant, then it's a cubic sequence. And if the ratio is constant, then it's the geometric sequence. The another name for geometric sequence is also exponential. Okay, when you have to find the nth term of the cubic sequence is this very simple formula. Cubic means the highest power is 3. So you just have to do an cube plus bn square plus cn plus d. Now how do you find a, b, c and d? So now for this case, you just have to find the sequence and you have to find whether it's third difference constant, and if it is third difference constant you just have to write 6a, then 12a plus 2b, then 7a plus 3b plus c, and then a plus b plus c plus d. Now next, once you find a, b, c and d with the given expression, you just have to substitute in this. Next is, if you want to find the nth term of the geometric sequence, you have to do a into r raised to n minus 1. So a is the first term and r is the common ratio. How do you find common ratio? You do the next term upon the previous term. For difference also, you take the next term minus the previous term. If you have any doubt related to the formula as to how to apply, you can always put it in the comment section. Now we would be solving few examples based on it. Let's move ahead to it. Okay, now let's take one example. The first one which we would be taking the example is 2, 6, then 24, 68, and then 150. First, we will identify as to which sequence is it. Okay, so first you always try with the difference. So 6 minus 2 is 4. Then 24 minus 6 is 18. Then 68 minus 24, which gives you 44. And then 150 minus 68. You always take the next term minus the previous term. So in this case, when you're doing 150 minus 68, you can always do the rough work and then move ahead. Okay, so that is 82. Now again, this is your first difference. Now this is not constant. Find the second difference. Now when you find the second difference, again 18 minus 4, which is 14. Now 44 minus 18. So in this case, what you will do, you will find the difference. So that is 26. Now again you will do 82 minus 44. Do it in the rough work so that you don't make a mistake. So 12 minus 4 is 8 and 7 minus 4 is 3. That is 38. Now your second difference is also not constant. Let's try with the third difference. Now you will follow the sequence of the second difference and find the difference. Now 26 minus 14. Now 26 minus 14 is how much? 12. And again you will do 38 minus 26. Again that is 12. If you see, your third difference is constant. So basically it's a cubic sequence. If your first difference or second difference or third difference, none of them is constant, then you will have to follow the geometric sequence for the same. Now, once you find the cubic sequence, what you will do, you will circle from down to up. As I gave you the formula in the previous part, what you will do, you will equate 12 with 6a. Then 14 would be equated with 12a plus 2b. And 4 would be equated to 7a plus 3b plus c. And 2 would be equated to a plus b plus c plus d. So in this case, you will be solving the equations and getting the answers for the constants. So in this case, let's move ahead. It's a big one, but trust me, it's very easy once you get hang on with the formula. So 6a is equals to 12. So here where you're equating and you're going from down to up. So 6a is equals to 12. So a is equals to 2. Next, you will equate 12a plus 2b to 14. So you will substitute a as 2. So 12 into 2 plus 2b, which is equals to 14. So 12 into 2 is 24 plus 2b is equals to 14. Now here 2b is equals to 14 minus 24. So once you do this, 2b is equals to 14 minus 24 is how much? That is minus 10. So b is what? Minus 5. Any questions still here? If you have any doubt, you can always post it in the comment section. Okay, now moving ahead with that. Now here, once you get B, now you have to work for C. So what is for C? You will do 7A plus 3B plus C is equals to 4. So 7 into 2 plus 3 into minus 5 plus C is equals to 4. So 7 twos is 14. 3 into minus 5 is minus 15 plus C is equals to 4. So 14 minus 15 is minus 1 plus C is equals to 4. So C will be, you make the C the subject, so 4 plus 1. So C is equals to 5. If you have any doubt with related to the equation, you can watch my previous videos. Okay, once you get A, B and C, you have to find the D1 also. So you just have to do A plus B plus C plus D, which is equated to 2. So A is 2, B is minus 5, C is plus 5 and D we don't know, which is 2. So minus 5 plus 5 is 0 and D becomes 2 minus 2, which is again 0. So what's your nth term over here? Tn is equals to an cube plus bn square plus cn plus d. So a is 2n cube. Then b is minus 5n square. And then C is again plus 5n and D is 0. So you need not write it. Hope so this is clear. Now next we would be moving ahead with the exponential or the geometric sequence. It's the very easy one. In this case, first you find whether your first difference is constant, second difference is constant or third. If it's not working, move ahead with the ratio. Now here in the ratio case, it's very easy. You just have to see the sequence. Ratio means what? It's always upon form. Now in this case, what do you do for ratio? You always take the next term upon the previous term. So it's 12 upon 4, which is 3. Next, again you do 36 upon 12, which is again 3. Now take the next one, 108 upon 36, which is again 3. I always take the next term upon the previous term. So now if you see the ratio is constant, that means it's the geometric sequence or exponential. It's the most easiest one. Now, in this case, the nth term means if you want to find the 50th term or 10th term or 100th term, you first directly use the formula Tn is equals to A into R raised to n minus 1. A is the first term. So what's the first term here? 4 into R is 3 raised to n minus 1. Now, can we multiply 4 and 3? No, we always use BIDMAS rules. First, you have to solve 3 raised to n minus 1. Now, here we don't have n as of now. So, we can keep the answer as it is. If you want to find, let's say, 10th term. So, what will you do? You will take n as 10. So, 4 into 3 raised to 10 minus 1. So, 4 into 3 raised to 9. You can multiply. First, you will first find 3 raised to 9 and then multiply by 4. So in your Cambridge, in IGCSE, you can use CALC for such big numbers. And for other boards, usually they don't give you such big numbers in the power. Maybe they will tell you for 5th term or 4th term, which is easier to calculate. Okay. Otherwise, you can just do 4 into 3 into 3 into 3 into 3 into 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then you can multiply. Or otherwise, we can always take the smaller example if you want. Because for this, you will need calci. Okay. So in this case, let's say for an example, I want to find the 4th term. So if I'm taking 4th term, so it will be 3 raised to 4 minus 1, which is 3 raised to 3. That is 4 into, first you will do 3 raised to 3, which is 27. Now once you do this, you just have to multiply 27 into 4. So in this case, you have to multiply and get the answer. So 27 into 4, you can do the rough work, or you can directly, if your mental calculation is good enough, you can directly write the answer, which is 108. Okay, so here, hope so you all have understood this concept. If you have any doubt, you can post it on the comment section. Next class, stay tuned for the other section. I would be covering more of the application based question of the sequences. Thank you so much.